At the start of 2025, a lot of gaming journalists, a lot of ponies pretended that the news that Shuhei Yoshida was retiring was true. These guys were sending their well wishes while I was saying, no, this guy didn't retire, he got fired.
Yes! Fire! Yes! Fire! Whoa! Yes! Fire! Yeah! Fire!
Good gosh, Jim Ryan, how much time would you fire this guy? Yes, I told these ponies this a year ago that he didn't retire, he was fired. But just as how they didn't listen to me when I told them don't go and take a haircut, don't cut their own hair, don't line up their own hairline, these ponies didn't listen.
Oh, who did? I did. Are you fired? Man, I messed around and grabbed that razor. Yeah. And I was like, on my outside of the club. Yo, shout out the season, man. Tell me about the season,
man. Yes, these ponies are nuts. However, we'll be talking more about Yoshida later down in this video. In the meantime, did you guys see that Replace is now on Game Pass? Yes, Game Pass have a number of games that a lot of you guys may be interested in, especially this month. Just look at the list here. One of the standout games is Replace. Replace right now is very stylized. Some persons saying there is a difficulty curve, but other than that, this game looks gorgeous in this new style that they are using here. Amazing, amazing stuff. So if you have Game Pass, support this dev, download the game, play the game, and let me know what you think about Replace so far if you're playing it. Next up, let's talk about Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert was released about some weeks ago, and despite a number of negative reviews, this game have captured the hearts and the minds of a lot of gamers all around the world. So much so that they recently had an update. And the update is that they would have sold over 5 million copies of this game. So again, at the end of the day, reviews don't make or break a game. This game is doing well. 5 million in just a couple of weeks. That is insane. Next up, let's talk about an interesting one. I am even seeing PlayStation guys are now calling out these ponies and calling out Sony, because guess what? Sony has no first-party content. We have been saying that for a very long time. Sony is heavily dependent on third-party. So much so that these Nintendo guys didn't leave out the smoke for Sony and these ponies.
PlayStation is wrapping up their console generation,
but they don't have games.
Yes, they have no games. And because of that, these ponies are aging at a rapid rate.
What year were you born?
2004.
He must have meant BC. Ain't no way he meant 2004, like 22 years ago, 2004. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way this a 22-year-old. I just don't believe that. He must have that Benjamin Button. He got to. This why y'all got to stop being so stressed out.
They don't. Death Stranding 2 came out. I remember playing Stellar Blade like 2 years ago. Here is all the PlayStation 5 only games.
Oh, just true exclusives?
Since the console's been out. Astro Bot, Sea Smash, remember that one? Code Violet, remember that one?
No.
There's more that released on PC as well, so it's not counting a lot of games that did cross PC releases. But I'm not sure how much you can count those in general. I mean, because like Final Fantasy is on Switch now.
Yeah.
I mean, God of War is obviously missing from this list because both Ragnarok and the original, they're both on PC. Which, like, I don't know. I'm not doing like an elitist thing. I'm just saying that if you're gonna sit there and be like, Nintendo has no games. Good lord. I don't even know what half of these are.
Yes, Nintendo fans are dunking on these ponies for the lack of games. So the narrative where it is that here what gamers would buy consoles because of exclusive first party titles. That is a lie. That is a lie and misinformation by what we see in the evidence. A lot of these casual gamers aren't buying a PlayStation 5 for the exclusives. They are buying it because it's the place to play. That is what has the mind share currently. So again, even Nintendo fans are basically saying the obvious. Right now, these ponies have no games. Let's now talk about Shuhei Yoshida. You see, when Shuhei would have said he was going to retire a year ago, I basically said and told everyone that this isn't a retirement. This is a firing. Listen to what I said months ago. Let's first talk about a past PlayStation president, which is Yoshida. You remember Yoshida, the guy who did this to Microsoft?
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
Yes, he was one of the, how to say, pioneers who would have led the PlayStation 4 to the success that it had. And having done all that for Sony, recently we would have found out that Sony would have reduced this man to playing, throwaway indie games.
We get back to the fuse room,
Yeah,
but
straight ahead.
this guy's in the
Whoa,
way.
he's there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gonna go around. Oh, that's... I didn't think about going up the stage. I was gonna go around the stage.
I think you can go.
You can do it.
I think you can go.
Oh, wow. PlayStation.
At the time, no one thought it strange that a past president was reduced to playing indie games. Think about it. That doesn't sound strange. And then it came out that Shuhei Yoshida said he had no choice but to take that position in Sony because of Jim Ryan. Yes, lying Jim Ryan, man. Jim Ryan did this man dirty. Jim Ryan put this guy in the basement to play indie games. Isn't that a thing? What game is this guy playing here? Is this Baby Steps 5? Well, it just so happened that there was an announcement that Yoshida made about a day or so ago, and he is saying, you know what? He is leaving PlayStation. Now, the ponies were saying, wow, Yoshida, he's leaving, he's retiring from gaming. I know he really did PlayStation well. And there's a surprise. It just so happened that Yoshida is not retiring. You see, a fan would have asked him, are you retiring? And he said no, he would like to stay in the gaming industry. Now, riddle me this. If Sony is the best company according to these ponies to work, they are making the best games, they are selling the best console, why is Yoshida, who is someone who wanting to stay in the industry, leaving the best company? Something is not adding up, guys. Something is not adding up. And it's not just me saying that, but Yoshida himself is saying that he would like to stay in the gaming industry. So he wants to stay in the gaming industry, he just don't want to stay with Sony. Make it make sense, guys. So back then, although ponies and the gaming media said that this man retired, to me it made no sense, and my argument was logical and it was sound. Why would a man retire but not stop work? He is retiring from Sony but not retiring from the gaming industry. To me, it made absolutely no sense. And just as I predicted back then, it was true. Today, we are seeing that Yoshida has confirmed that he didn't leave Sony because he wanted to. He was pushed out, and a matter of fact, he was fired. And what this does is this goes to show that internally there's a lot of debacle, there's a lot of problems happening at Sony. Because you know why? Even Yoshida lied about it initially. You know how I know that? Because our good friend, that crackhead Dreamcast guy, spoke about it. He basically read a quote from Yoshida himself. Listen to what Yoshida said.
I've been with PlayStation from the beginning, and this is my 31st year with PlayStation, and when I hit 30 years, I was thinking, it may be time for me to move on. You know, the company's been doing great. I love the PlayStation 5. I love the games that have been coming to the platform. And we have a new generation of management who I respect and admire. So I'm excited for the future of PlayStation. PlayStation is in really good hands, and I thought, okay, this is my time.
That statement that Yoshida made was a lie. That was a lie. He didn't respect Jim Ryan. He didn't think that PlayStation was in good hands. You know why we did that? Because of what recently came out. Listen to what was said about Yoshida.
Shuhei Yoshida was fired from first-party PlayStation role for ignoring Jim Ryan. Former first-party PlayStation lead was fired for refusing to do ridiculous things. Shuhei Yoshida hasn't shied away from letting the world know that. As much as he might have enjoyed his indie role with PlayStation towards the end of his time with the company, the decision to make that move wasn't his to make. Now the former PlayStation lead has opened up even more, revealing why Jim Ryan effectively fired him from his first-party role in 2019. Speaking at all, games in Australia over the weekend, thanks. This week in Videogames, Yoshida said he was fired by Ryan as head of Sony Worldwide Studios, a position he had held for 11 years. I helped Santa Monica to make God of War, Naughty Dog to make Uncharted and The Last of Us, and Sucker Punch to make the beautiful Ghost of Tsushima. Yoshida reminded fans in attendance at the festival in Australia. Yoshida reveals he was fired as PlayStation's first-party lead. Those 4 games alone make for quite the resume, and are effectively PlayStation's first-party flagships to this day. But in 2019, after 11 years leading the first-party development, I was fired from the role. Yoshida added immediately after listing huge games he helped launch. Not just games. He kickstarted series that have sold tens of millions of games between them for PlayStation. Jim Ryan wanted to remove me from first-party because I didn't listen to him. He asked to do some ridiculous things, and I said no. Yoshida made the comments with a smile, and the audience laughed. But it seems that's exactly what happened. Yoshida didn't go as far as to say what exactly the ridiculous things were that he was asked to do. But Herman Hulst was brought in as his replacement in 2019. So presumably some of the things he did by decree of Ryan were things Yoshida simply wouldn't do.
So yes, that article didn't make Yoshida sound like he respected Jim Ryan or respected Herman Hulst or whoever was there. It don't sound like that. And it underscores, as I said before, although the PlayStation community love to say that Sony is perfect, they do nothing wrong, they have no kind of internal struggles and internal battles. This paints a whole different picture. It also paints that Sony don't know what they are doing. Because how could you get rid of a man who would have produced all those bangers for the PlayStation community, those type of games that the PlayStation nation love, but you get rid of that guy to make him go to indies and to bring out a guy who is only games as a service focus? Come on, make it make sense. It also highlights that I know for a fact now that Jim Ryan was fired. He was fired because he did not prevent Microsoft from buying ABK, and he was fired because of all the games as a service that failed, Concord and all the rest that looks like a failure today. But let me hear what you think or thought about this topic. We have now come and got confirmation that Shuhei Yoshida got fired by flying, tanking Jim Ryan. Yeah, buddy. So let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.